Here I am on the run now. Been there for way too long.
Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. So today we are busting out some much needed deep cleaning going on. I'm just starting out the morning though in the kids' rooms. I wanted to get all the bedding washed, and if I'm going to do this, I already have to split bedding into 2 days because there's no way I can get all the kids' bedding and our bedding done in once. So today was just the kids. And if I'm going to get it all done in one day, I know I have to start right away in the morning. So that is what I did. Stripped the boys' bedding and then went into Freya's room to strip up her bedding. Luckily, my boys aren't super clean. Let's be honest. They're 8 and 11. But we have taught the kids at a very young age how to clean up after themselves. So I went in their room, stripped their bed, and then told them they had to clean their room because it was getting out of control. And then when I was in Freya's room, I obviously stripped her bed, but then I helped her tidy up her room. People always ask how, to get your kids started with chores and stuff and what type of chores I have the kids do. And so Freya is our 3-year-old. She has been helping me clean since pretty much she could walk. And that's how I do it. I just ask them to help, and their chores get a little bit more advanced the older they get, but she's very good that if I ask her to clean her room, she can do it herself, but there are days that I like to go in here and just give her a little bit of a helping hand tidying up. That way it's never completely overwhelming. Here you can see Xander was just refilling his air filter that goes in the boys' room. The boys have one. We have one in our bedroom, and then we have one in the main living area. I'd like to actually get one more for Freya's room. But when I ordered them, I only ordered the 3. And, okay, honest, mom life, this is not a bash. This is just realistic. It was the same when I was growing up. But young boys are stinky. And as they get closer to puberty, they get more stinky. So that is kind of where I justified where the current air purifiers go in our house. Freya's room doesn't stink, so she doesn't have one in there. Where the boys' room has one. Our room, because the dogs sleep in our room, I like to have one in here. And then we actually have one in our sunroom as well. But yeah, just being honest here. I know some people are like, oh, I can't believe you said that, but let's be real. I know you guys that watch my channel come from all walks of life. I get comments from some of you guys that are just teenagers watching this, or young adults learning to take care of your own home and stuff. However, I also know the majority of my followers are parents. Your moms, your dads, trying to get motivated and have some relatability with someone on the internet to know you're not alone, and the mundane tasks that are never ending isn't just for you, it's for all of us. And sometimes we just need some truth bombs out there. And a truth bomb sometimes is that our house gets stinky. And especially for us, we have kids and pets and everything, so I am always going to share my little tips and tricks of how to keep your house smelling good, because I know our bedroom is a priority of mine. So having an air filter in here is so important to me to keep it smelling nice and clean, and not like a St. Bernard. Because, okay, yeah, Minnie has her moments, but she's a small dog. I've always noticed as the big dogs that usually stink a little bit more. So yes, I am blaming it on Bailey. All right, so I already feel so overwhelmed with school coming up, which is crazy. Like for weeks now, I told Bobby school commercials shouldn't be allowed till the end of July because we don't even have our complete school lists yet. And there's all these commercials and stuff out there. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, how are we at this point already? And, oh, who was I watching the other day? Oh, I can't think of her name. Oh, that's going to bug me. I was watching someone, though, the other day here on YouTube. Well, I was trying to get motivated to get my house cleaned because you guys know, like, when I need motivation, I am watching cleaning influencers also. But she had mentioned how she's going to have holiday content coming up soon. And I'm like, oh, my goodness. Are we already talking about fall and Halloween and Christmas and school and all of these things? Like, I feel like summer break just started and we're already talking about all of these things. Also, okay, so Xander starts middle school this year. I have been like kind of stressing out a bit. If you're new here, you may not know, but if you've followed me for a while, you guys know I was homeschooled growing up. So literally, I never went to public school. So a lot of the things the kids do, I'm like learning as I go. I don't know if it's like different if you've gone to school, you have a little bit better handle on it. Probably not, because really, what do you remember when you were a kid in school or a teenager in high school other than what party you're going to or what day is the football game and stuff like that? But I was telling Bobby, I'm like, I don't know what, like, do I have to contact someone about middle school? It's all the same county. They went to the grade school this past year to talk to all the fifth graders going into sixth grade. Like, I feel so lost. I keep looking it up. I'm like, okay, it looks like pretty much you just go to sixth grade orientation. But I feel like really dumb in some ways. Like, how do I not know this? But also at the same time, I think schools need a better pamphlet for parents and a what to do type thing, because I feel so lost. I'm like, okay, this is crazy. One, insane that I'm going to have a middle schooler, a grade schooler. I could technically send Freya to 4K. I hate, though, personally, no hate on what you personally decide to do with your kids, but me personally, I've never sent my kids to 4K. I'm like, I just really like letting my kids be kids as long as possible. And I never sent them to 4K, so I wasn't going to send Freya to 4K. So she'll be going next year to kindergarten. But so this fall, we're going to have a middle schooler, a grade schooler, I guess you could call Freya preschool age, and then a newborn. Like, I know having like 3 under 3 is hard work, but man, I feel like I'm in the trenches when you've got a little bit of everything sprinkled in there. So yeah, lots going on in that situation, and the whole idea of back to school and people already talking about holidays and YouTube videos, like, my head is a spinning. My big project, though, on this day is I really, really wanted to tackle the family room. You guys know me. I like to deep clean, but I like to deep clean in bite-sized pieces. And sometimes it's just like one little project here and there. Sometimes it's one room. On this day, it was a one room thing. So I really wanted to tackle the family room. So I obviously did the like normal stuff of quickly tidying up our bedroom. Like I said, starting the kids' bedding, but let's be honest, if you really think about it, that's not that hard. I just strip the beds, throw it in the wash, and then just have to remember to switch it over throughout the day. But my big thing was this family room. I wanted to touch this family room from top to bottom. So I was taking down the 4th of July stuff and starting on the windows. But yeah, we are doing it all in here. Like, we are windows and the walls, carpeting, Ceiling, I'm trying to think of everything I did on this day, and I know I'm going to remember like as I'm watching this, but literally I wanted to touch every single surface in this room.
I bet you'll come around, but don't get me wrong. Do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. I feel it in my bones like you.
I'm always so surprised at how much dog hair gets everywhere. So the furniture inside the house, like Bailey and like Minnie sits on the furniture. Bailey doesn't really often. He's a big dog, so like he's not like sitting up there snuggling with us. He does in the dog room, but not so much in here. But it is insane how much stuff gets under those cushions. So I just went in with the vacuum real quick to vacuum up as much as I could. And then I went into my little cabinet with all my different cleaning supplies. And I grabbed a couple different things to see what would work best with getting just like those little pin hairs that is hard to get out. I found that using the lint roller worked the best to just get the last little bit. And honestly, I probably could have like really got in there more detailed than even I was. But let's be honest, I wasn't about to spend an hour just trying to completely defer underneath my cushions. So I got the majority of it out. This worked really, really well. So that's what I would recommend. You guys know how that is. Sometimes you get those hairs that it's literally just like almost weaved itself into your fabrics. That was the stuff I was trying to get out of here. You also, like, it looks like I'm vacuuming quickly because obviously a lot of these different clips are sped up, but I try and go really, really slow. That way the vacuum can do as good of a job as possible and get as much of it out as possible. The other thing is, like, we're not real strict on you must eat in the kitchen at all times, whatever. Bobby and I have never been super strict on that. Once again, no shade. No shade if you are very, like, on point of this is where we eat, this is where we don't eat. It was just always been a personal thing for Bobby and I that we don't. So we do deal with like the crumbs and things like that underneath it. But so the other reason I was like kind of picky about getting all of this cleaned is so Minnie is 6 months old now. Now, mind you, I have never had a female dog as young as Minnie and pretty much never had a female dog. I'm trying to think. Yeah. So she has not been neutered yet. She is young enough that we have not neutered her. And from what I've read, they actually don't recommend it till they're about a year. So Bobby and I are waiting. But she went through her first heat. Luckily, the girl keeps herself pretty cleaned and I didn't have a lot of issues. I honestly didn't even worry about putting a diaper on her. But there were sometimes still little spots that I had to clean up here and there. So that is another reason I wanted to go in and just give everything a really, really good wipe down. I told Bobby, though, we are definitely getting her neutered once she hits of age. Luckily, dogs only do this once, twice a year, something like that. I was reading up on it the other day. Like I said, she's our first female dog that's not neutered. So I didn't know 100%. So that was another reason I really wanted to get in here and clean the carpeting, clean the floors, clean absolutely everything. So when it comes to leather furniture, you knew one of two things. One, a multi-purpose spray works really, really well just for like maintenance cleaning. And then every once in a while, I do like to go in with a leather conditioner. I think that is really, really important and something people forget often is to condition their leather. But for just like regular cleanings, I'm just using a good multi-purpose cleaner to keep it clean. So that's what I'm doing here today. Everything's just getting a really good wipe down with the multi-purpose cleaner. The other thing is doing it like this sometimes really helps because leather's got all those grains and stuff. And it's crazy because you don't even realize how dirty your leather can be until you start cleaning it. And once you like get up close and personal, I'm like, oh wow, this really did need a good deep cleaning. And that's what I was noticing on here, like the armrest, the backrest, areas that you don't think like your hair's sitting on. Or like when I sit, I like to sit Indian style, cross-legged with my feet up. And it gets dirty and you just don't even think about it sometimes. Freya, she is my little drink thief when it comes to Bobby's coffee or my obsession with the strawberry drink from Starbucks. That has been my obsession since being pregnant. And it still is. I don't get it every single day because that would be crazy, even though I want it every single day. But whenever I get it, Freya is always stealing my drink.
Yeah, you got me thinking. Oh, you got me thinking out loud. You kept me waiting for the next time around. My heart is beating faster than the beat of a drum. Oh, we're all excited, just waiting for the night to come. I'm getting ready, 'cause we're second tonight.
All right, so I want you guys to give me the hard and honest truth here. When is the last time you have torn your couch apart and deep cleaned your furniture? I definitely don't do it as much as I should, but I do try and keep up with it somewhat. But yeah, let me know. I want the truth here because, one, I think it's relatable. Like, I feel like often we constantly see, like, even you guys watching me on here, all you pretty much see is me cleaning. And this is super motivating, but is sometimes not really realistic because this isn't my whole life. You guys are just seeing a very, very small portion here of stuff that I get done. But the other thing is, like, YouTube and you guys motivate me to get stuff done. So, like, as much as a lot of you guys are here to get motivated or maybe fill out your to-do list because you're like, oh, what should I get done this week? Things like that. You guys also motivate me. So I love when we like share real life. Like, when's the last time you cleaned your dishwasher? When's the last time you thoroughly cleaned your furniture? Sure, there's going to be some people that are like, oh yeah, I do that weekly. I do that every single day. But realistically, this is something that we often need a reminder. And some of you guys are watching this right now like, okay, that's going on my to-do list. I haven't thought about cleaning my furniture in some time now. It's probably been 6 months. Maybe it's been a year. Maybe it's been since you got the furniture 3 years ago. Who knows? It's very easy, especially as busy adults, busy parents, busy grandparents, whatever you are, that sometimes tasks like this just get forgotten. So I don't want anyone to feel bad, but I want you to let us know in the comments, when's the last time you did it? That way there's other people on here that see like, okay, it's not just me. I bought my furniture 6 years ago and I've never deep cleaned my furniture. Like, that's okay. Do not beat yourself up. Like, here's a good like reminder that maybe it's a good time to tackle this. And if you haven't done it in 6 years, ooh, is it going to be satisfying to do? I promise. But it's not a judgment thing. It's a let's get motivated to tackle something off our to-do list that we weren't thinking about together.
I don't know what else that I could do. Tried it every way you asked me to. Seems like there's no way to make it through.
All right, though. So, fun thing to talk about. Now, I have not gone to the doctor's appointment yet, so I don't have this all set up. But I am super excited because I was told at my last doctor appointment that at this doctor appointment, I should be scheduling our scheduled C-section for baby, which is really exciting because I told Bobby, I'm like, it's fun to be able to have something to put in our calendar as okay, there's no guarantee baby's going to come that day, because let's be honest, babies come when babies want to come, and there's no planning for that. But it is a no later than date. But I'm trying to decide if I share with you guys or not. I think I'm going to keep it a surprise. I don't know, but I'm really excited. I am so excited to go to that doctor's appointment and have this is the date, no later than this date, baby will be here. And that just is so exciting to me. But so I'm moving on to the rug. This rug gets so dirty so easily. I love the way it looks though, because it's one of those rugs that when I start cleaning it or move furniture, you can clearly see the line. But because it's that creamy color, it doesn't look as bad. And I feel like that's important when you have kids and pets, to get things that you love, but also may hide some of the dirt and grime, because let's be honest, life is messy and we have to learn how to cope with it and not just stress out about the dirt and grime all the time. So I just did a really slow vacuum, get as much of the dog hair, dust, and dirt out of the carpeting as possible. But then I wanted to roll it up and actually use my Eureka underneath it, because sand and dust and stuff really does seep through your carpeting over time. So I didn't want to completely move the furniture, mainly because the sofa on the window, that's a lot of work to move. So I figured if I even just rolled it up, went under here, did a quick mop vacuum, it would make a huge difference. But I'm doing something a little bit different this time, and you guys know how much I love Full-X. You're going to see it here in a second, so if you've never heard of Full-X, I'm going to show you the bottle here in a little bit. But love that stuff. It works amazing for stains on pretty much everything. So I was like, okay, I want to try and pre-treat the carpeting with Full-X. Now, mind you, it was an arm workout, because using a spray bottle all over the carpet, it's a little bit of a workout to constantly be spraying that spray bottle. But it really did, I think, made a huge difference when I was carpet cleaning. Also, how gross is this? That was just under the rug. Just under the rug, the only area that I did, and it looked that bad. So this is the Full-X. And literally what I did is I just went over the entire carpeting, every inch. I made sure everything was wet. Like I said, this was a hand workout, having to squeeze this bottle. Plus, it was a brand new bottle, so it was heavy. And it may not seem like a lot, but it tired this pregnant mama out. And then I let it sit for a good 10 to 30 minutes. I didn't time it. I just really wanted to let it sit for a bit. And let it do its work and everything before coming back with the carpet cleaner.
Woke up at the break of dawn. Empty hotel room.
And then just going in, like I said, with the carpet cleaner, I did have the traditional carpet shampoo in here. Not a ton of it though, just a little bit. The other thing I like to do, and I never show it on video because it can get very repetitive, is I go over my carpets twice. So I go over it with the shampoo, but then I always use just hot water as a rinse cycle to pull out as much as possible. And I do that very slowly to pull out as much as possible. But you can even see from here how much came out of the carpeting. I feel like this is the cleanest I have gotten the carpeting with a carpet shampooer ever. Is it as clean as when I take it outside and power wash it? Probably not, because that's just like the bee's knees when it comes to cleaning your carpets, is taking it outside, using a power washer on it and letting the sun dry it out. But I only do that about once a year, because that right there is a lot of work. But yeah, the second time around, because the other thing is, I feel like when I do the 2 cycles on my carpeting, it really helps, because it does allow that like soap and conditioner to sit on the carpet and actually work, instead of you put it down and you clean it up right away. It's the only thing I'm not a huge fan about carpet shampooers. And okay, if there's one out there that does this, let me know. But otherwise, brands and carpet shampooers, they need to come out with one that has the option to just scrub and put the soap down, and then you can like change it to suction. I have never seen one of those, but it would be so nice. Also, ooh, so dirty. I had to empty it halfway in between my rug and replace it before I went and did more. But so yes, I think they need to make a carpet shampooer where it has the mode to just lay down the conditioner and do the little spinny scrubby thing, and then suction, and then maybe a rinse option also with suction. Because that is the one reason I feel like when I take my rugs outside to get them clean, why they work so much better, is because I can like scrub in the product, let it sit for 30 minutes, come back, rinse it really, really well, but I'm giving the product time to sit. But like I said, that's a lot of work. One, it's an all-day affair to take your rugs in and outside, and then you have to let them thoroughly dry before you bring them back in. Where if we had a carpet shampooer that just had the option to lay down the product and scrub, and then you could just like go sit, watch a 30-minute TV show, and then come back and do the suction and rinse, I think that would work so well. Sorry, that was a little bit of a rant, but when you do as much cleaning as I do, and you review different cleaning products and stuff, sometimes these things pop into your head, and that is one I have been thinking of. But after I was all done, I wanted to, second time around, still just as gross, wanted to clean out the machine. My machines are always extra grody, so I like to take them completely apart, rinse all the pieces, and the big thing is the actual like shampooer. Even with doing a slow vacuum, there's always hair that still comes up when I shampoo. So I like to literally take the machine, like flip it over, rinse all the pieces. You're gonna see when I like flip it, I get a handful of fur that has just collected on this thing. And you guys saw me vacuum. Like, these just work really well. If you're looking to deep clean your rugs just to get all the animal fur out of your rug, shampoo it. You will be amazed even if you do a slow vacuum. Because yeah, that was just all the fur that had accumulated underneath the machine.
To remember, let's celebrate from now till forever. This time we'll make a night to remind us we only have one life, gotta live it out loud. In another time, in another place, we could be lovers that can be replaced, but I still believe.
Also, a quick reminder and public service announcement here is this does not happen all at once in one day. This is throughout breaks and doing stuff throughout the day. So I like to mention that because it looks like I'm just going like an Energizer bunny, and I promise you I am not. That is like impossible nowadays. So remember, this is broken up. But what I'm doing here is I wanted to completely take everything off the shelves. I don't do that regularly, but it's a need. It allows me to dust all the knickknacks. But the big thing is I want to get in here and clean everything. And when I mean it, say everything, I mean everything. I am wiping the walls, the shelves, the actual cabinetry. The great thing about Pine Sol is it is a multi-purpose. So I just put it in my spin mop bucket and I am doing everything. This is a great way, though, to make your house smell magnificent if you are looking to do a good deep clean on your house, or if you are looking to sell your house, clean your walls. I promise you, like, if you don't have the time to paint, just clean your walls. The little bit of dust that builds up over time on your walls, and if you have animals or smokers or anything in your house, the smell and stuff that collects on your walls, it's a lot, and a lot that you don't even notice because we go nose blind to our house. It's a natural thing. Everyone's house has a scent to it. Like, there's no denying that. But I'm like super anal about what my house smells like, and I love my kids. I love my animals, but I don't want my house to smell like my kids and animals. And this is one of the ways I keep up with it. Every once in a while, it doesn't have to be the whole house, every single room. Like I said, today we were just working on the family room, but making sure, I'm going to deep clean the family room, and that means I'm going to clean the walls, and I'm going to clean the shelves and get everything like clean and smelling good. But oh yeah, makes a huge difference on the feel of a room. Plus, how often do we get to the top of the like trim work of your windows? I got dusting and cleaning all done all at once without having to get a ladder out because of using this spin mop. Works so well. I can go over the doors, literally everything. It doesn't really take that long. This was the easiest job of everything that I did this day. Like cleaning the sofa, that was a workout. I took a long break after that. Cleaning the rugs, that gets exhausting. But this I went like super fast and easy, and probably made one of the biggest differences in the entire room.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. I've been all around the world. Every city, every place. Always been a restless girl. But now there's a wind of change. I've never ever felt this way. Longing for you, pick up the phone. Catching a flight, I'm coming home. Back to the place I've always known. Home. Seeing you soon, I got.
The other thing, like I said, you didn't see it on camera. I should have thought about it. But before putting everything back, I made sure to wipe down all these little trinkets and knickknacks. One thing I love doing with faux plants is literally just either putting them under like your faucet or something and then laying them on a towel to dry. But getting all those areas that you don't dust on a regular basis, usually just because it's nitpicky and tedious and you don't want to. But taking that time to get it done before putting it all back, like I said, makes such a huge difference. This room smelt and felt so nice afterwards.
Deep inside my mind, I think that now's the time. Longing for you, pick up the phone. Catching a flight, I'm coming home. Back to the place I've always known. Home. Seeing you soon, I gotta run. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Ain't spending this summer alone. I'm coming home. I'm coming home.
It always feels so good though once you get all that done to get the room like back in shape, back in order. The rug was pretty much dry at this time. I did move all the furniture back before because I'm like, I want to let the fan, because I had the fan on high, our ceiling fan, do as much drying as possible before moving the sofa and the chair and the table and all the different things back on to the rug. But yes, it felt so good to get all of this done. And just look how relaxing it looks. It doesn't last like this for long, but it felt nice. But then we had grocery delivery delivered. Can't speak here. Sorry. So I was just going around and quickly tidying up the kitchen. Kitchen wasn't too bad. Like I said, biggest thing was grocery delivery. We had a bunch of kids snacks and fruit and stuff. The kids had put a good chunk of the stuff away, and then I told them I would finish it off since I was filming on this day. Often they're really good at like putting stuff away for me if I'm getting other stuff done. That is a nice thing about when I do have like certain things on my to-do list where I'm like, okay, today I am working on this room. I plan on like doing it top to bottom. I know I can then just be like, hey kids, can you handle the dishwasher? Can you handle this or that? That way I can keep working on these other things, and they're super helpful. One great thing about summertime, like in some ways having the entire family home in the summer, it's a whole new like process of getting things done, like a new routine you're figuring out. But in other ways, it comes in really handy. It's nice to be able to be like, okay, I'm doing this. Can you do this? And them just be a huge help when it comes to all of that.
Sing, sing, sing. You're a winner when you sing, sing, sing. I've got a song, you hum along, and we have fun, fun, fun when we're moving to the beat. This kind of song makes you belong to something greater, something that makes you wanna sing. And it gets you in a dancing flow, and moving gets so easy, feeling easy to me, and it makes you kicking out what's
So we have so many things coming up in the next couple of weeks, and just trying to get everything all lined up. So the boys actually go up to Wisconsin next week, which they are so excited about. So they're going to be doing that. Freya and I will be having some fun girl time down here. My parents actually just sold their coffee shop, which is super exciting. I know some people are like, oh, and could be sad, but it's really, really nice. My parents have owned that shop for 14 years now. They opened right after Bobby and I got married, so it's easy to remember how many years they've had that. And they're now finally going to be able to like enjoy retirement, because my dad's been retired from the fire department for years and years, but they've had this business that just keeps them so busy. And I know they were definitely just like ready to enjoy, like I said, retirement. And the people that ended up buying the shop seem super nice. I will definitely still be going in there on a regular basis to get our coffee for our coffee machine and whatnot, because just seem like great people. But yeah, so mom and dad sold their coffee shop. The boys are going up to Wisconsin. I still have back to school shopping to do, which I'm a procrastinator when it comes to that stuff. I do not think super far ahead. I think super far ahead, but like I don't actually plan it out super far ahead, but I still need to get that done. Yeah, Freya's birthday's coming up and the boys' birthday's coming up. Oh, and like I mentioned before, then we got holidays. Baby's going to be born before we know it. It's just everything. And I feel like often I overwhelm myself by overthinking these things, but I'm afraid like if I don't overthink it, not everything's going to get done. So slowly everything on this to-do list will be done. And a couple fun things I have planned coming up here soon, which I'm keeping a secret. So I'm not going to tell you guys, but I have a couple things in the house that I really want to do. But I don't know when I'm going to be able to get to it, and things like that. So I don't want to like tell you guys and get you guys super excited and then it doesn't happen for like months. Because you know how that is. Like, it's on the to-do list. Doesn't mean that to-do list is a gonna happen soon to-do list. So we shall see. Oh, I just had someone ask me the other day what I use to clean my stove. And I responded, but I wanted to mention it on here. So it really depends on the day. Often I'll just use a multi-purpose cleaner, like on a day-to-day basis. That's what I use. And then Easy Off is what I will often use on my this is the main burner I use. So that's the main one that gets like burnt stuff on it. And I will just spray it on there and literally let it sit for, I don't even know how long, but I literally just let it sit there for 30 minutes, an hour, and it wipes itself clean. And then sometimes I'll either go in there with a power paste or the, oh, I'm losing my train of thought. What's the other one? Oh, it's going to bug me. It's another like soft scrub. Yep, I can't think of it. My brain went blank. But basically, like, if you like pink stuff, if you like the power paste, just something that has a little bit more abrasion to it, that's what I'll go in with. But it's always going to depend on how bad is your stove. If your stove is really, really bad, I recommend going in maybe with like a multi-purpose cleaner first or degreaser, and then maybe the power paste, and any areas that you have like really bad burnt on stubborn areas, then use the oven cleaner, because the oven cleaner is intense. Like, it really is. It gets stinky and intense. So that's what I do to keep it looking really, really nice. At this point, all the bedding for the kids was done. Throughout the day when the boys was done, I just gave it to them. I'm trying to teach them how to do it and like do it well. They're still not the best at like putting on their fitted sheets, but we're working on it. But I did want to come in here and put on Freya's bedding and everything. Obviously, she's a little bit young to expect her to completely make her bed by herself, but she is my little introvert. Like, it's funny, she's an introvert, but also an extrovert. But she loves her alone time, so I knew I wanted to make sure to get her bed all put back together for her. But hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. But I'll see you next time. Bye.